when I'm going out.
This one you want to solo.
I'm ready. Now tell me, do my ladies want this? Not even Hammer can touch this. He's standing up on all the couches. Tomorrow you gon' hear about this. This is what you hearing through your... Oh, this is ladies night. Oh, what, ladies night. And the feelings right. Oh, this is ladies night.
Never the one packing a gun. Got some other raw chicks for that. Lay your pants flat. I be's the one choking your paragraphs with laughs. Get you back up on the right path. Ain't no stopping me latest from club hopping. Gets my rock on. From flavors to frozen at paradise joint. Booty shaking with the glass in my left one. Right hand saying stepson. To me, my girls is fancy fly misses. To my crazy snitches and to the mother chicos. Lady pimp ain't taking that trip. If you ain't got the cash to stash, catch a brick hole. Strictly your bell ringer. Lay another finger on this big bad wolf, Miss Lady Rap Singer. I be the one to blame as the flames keep rising to the...
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing out there? So as you can see, I'm without my co-host, Dee Dee. She had a prior engagement tonight. And this will not be ladies' night tonight. This is actually going to be a conversation about Motown as we go down memory lane and listen to some of the hottest hits from the Motown sound. Actually, tonight I'm going to have a special guest with me. It's going to be my mother. She's actually a musician herself, and she knows a lot about Motown. So I thought it'd be fun to have her here with me. That's my mother, Carolyn Davies. How are you doing, young lady?
I don't know about the young, but the lady is doing okay. Hello, daughter.
Thanks for coming on the show, Miss Carolyn. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
okay.
Good. You take me down memory lane.
Right. I told everybody that, I think that you're an expert. My mom is actually a musician herself. She is classically trained on piano and also the organ. So I thought she would be a wonderful addition to the show tonight. Like I said, we're going to go down memory lane, everything Motown. So one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, do you know how Motown first got its name?
Yes, the name was given to Motown by Berry Gordy when he borrowed, I think it was $700 or $800 maybe.
Oh, wow.
His parents or someone to get this studio started. It was a small house that's now considered Studio A. And it's a museum also, and it's located in Detroit, Michigan. And he wrote this song for Jackie Wilson called Lonely Teardrops. So, yeah, they gave it the name Motown, and he had a hit so that he could pay the money back to his family, and the rest is history.
Nice. Hi, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, we're going to go down everything Motown tonight. What are some of your favorite songs from Motown?
I think just about every song they put out was my favorite because every time I got a chance to go in the club, even underage, I was dancing to any Motown song because I knew the hit, it sounded good, I could relate to it, I grew up at that age, those songs, and it was fun just listening to them. They cheer you up during the day when you're working or in school or whatever. Motown actually set R&B on the map.
Oh, wow. Now that's a strong statement. So who was some of the most popular groups that was on Motown?
The Springs, the Temptations used to be the Primettes with the Springs, and then they went their separate ways, having their own hits. And with that being said, the rest is history again, because the Supremes was the #1 girl group for Motown, and the Temptations became the #1 male group for Motown.
So who came first, the Supremes or
The Temptations? No, actually, I take that back. It was the Primettes. So nobody ever heard of the Primettes. So it was said in one of the very recorded stories that the Temps had no hits and that the Supremes had no hits. They were called the No-Hit Supremes. So the Supremes went first and made a hit song that was written by Holland Dozier Holland. And then the Temptations came behind them and they came up with their own hit songs. And Smokey Robinson wrote a song that they made a hit from, which was My Girl. He wrote that because of his own wife, who he met in the studio, who joined the Miracles. But he had written the song for the Temptations to record about his wife. That's the backstory on that. And ever since then, it's been history.
Okay, so you know what? I was thinking maybe we should play that tonight. Do you got that?
Of course. I love My Girl. Carries me back down memory lane. I was trying to catch a date myself at that time.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. Talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song than the birds in the trees. Well, I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl, talking about my girl.
Did that take you back?
That took me all the way back. Yes, it did. My brother was dating this girl, and I had a crush on her brother. I really wanted him to feel that way about me, but he paid me no attention. So. That's it.
I'm getting all the tea on my mom tonight. Nice. So, you know, Motown relocated at one point. Where did they relocate from? You know?
Oh, they relocated out to from Detroit, Michigan, directly into Los Angeles.
Okay, so they started out.
Right, everybody lives up in Bel Air, and the Motown studios are here in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, nice. So would you say that Motown put Detroit on the map?
Yes, they did. They broke the barriers where it used to be colored, white. Now it's uh, everybody because their music reached over from R&B to jazz to blues. You have people coming in from all backgrounds of music just to join Motown, even if they had to change the category that they sung in. Because you had some blues singers in that didn't sing R&B. Now they're doing R&B because they're with Motown. So Motown just actually put R&B on the map. They changed some singers from one category to the next. Motown is the biggest thing that ever happened in the history of music.
Oh, wow.
That's where Michael started. And he happens to be an icon today, as he is deceased. You still hearing about Michael Jackson, who started there. He got his break on Ed Sullivan show, and Motown picked him up. Everybody wanted him. Motown won.
Oh, nice. So was Stevie Wonder a part of Motown?
Stevie Wonder came in, and it was like he was, I think, maybe 7 years old. He played a harmonica. He played drums. He played a piano. He sung in church, but they had no idea about his background when he walked into Motown to audition. So Barry Gordy calls all the Funk Brothers around because they were the local house band. They recorded for all of the Motown singers. Everyone, Holland, Georgia Hollow wrote the songs, and so did Smokey Robinson. But the Funk Legends, they named themselves the Funk Legends later. They picked up the music. They thought they was helping him. He flipped the script on them by letting them know he didn't need them. He showed them that not only does he sing and play harmonica, he plays drums, piano, piano keyboards. He writes his own music. And now look where he is in LA. He's established with the House of Toys for Children. He owns his own radio station, and we're Funk Legends.
Nice.
But he came out to California too, as well as Barry Gordy, and they're still in existence today.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go into another song right now. What do we have? Do we have anything by the Supremes?
I would say something like,
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go into the next song right now. I was wondering, do we have anything by the Supremes?
Yeah, we can do something.
I made a big mistake, honey. I said goodbye. Oh, baby, ever since that day, all I wanna do is cry. I long for you every night. Ooh, just to kiss your sweet, sweet lips, baby. Hold you ever so tight, and I wanna say it. Someday we'll be together. Yes we will, yes we will. Someday we'll be together. Yes we will, yes we will. Someday we'll be together. Hun, 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 hun. Someday we'll be together. Yes we will.
Did that take you back some more?
That took me back. That's when Diana Ross was doing a farewell.
Hey, Joker.
It was one solo, yes. I kept up with Motown from the time I heard about them up till today. Until
Nice,
today.
nice. So you know what? Why did Diana Ross lead the Supremes? She was the lead singer of the Supremes for many
Well,
years.
when-
What made her want to leave?
Because when they first got started with Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, and Diana Ross, they also had another lady whose name I cannot remember, who dropped back because she had a baby. So it left only three. And Barry Gordy was giving them all a chance to lead sing. And by popular vote, they chose Diana Ross to be the lead singer for the Supremes. Then it became Diana Ross and the Supremes. Then she made her exit by doing the farewell song so she can go solo and make moves. That's when we saw her in Lady Sings the Blues. So she wanted
Nice.
a solo career. That's the reason she left the Supremes.
That's a good piece of history. We're going to go into another song. Let's get into another song right now. This is some great information. Down memory lane.
Oh,
See, we
yeah,
had
you
Biggie and
bring it
Tupac.
back. Good number.
Oh, dream come alive. Heaven must have sent me an angel of the night. 'Cause you are my lady soul. You warm my heart when I go cold. 'Cause you are you're my lady soul. You're my lady soul. You are my life. You make me whole. I always knew we end up together right from the very start. And I believe we'll make it forever. It's written right here in my heart. Oh yeah. You're my lady soul. You warm my heart when I go cold. You are my lady soul. You are my life. You make me whole.
This
Yes.
is LaLa with my mom tonight. What was you gonna say, Mother?
That's another big hit.
So who was that?
David Ruffin left the group. They had to look around, scout around for people that could qualify to sing with the Temptations. And it was one of the Temptations' idea to just reach back and get a friend of his who has never been given that opportunity to sing. So he just brought him into the group because Ollie Woodson, who just led that, wasn't trying to make it Ollie Woodson and the Temptations. He just came in as one of the Temps. They wanted to keep that low profile name as the Temptations. That way, if they switch people, it's not like, okay, at one time it was David Ruffin and the Temptations. No man was above all the Temptations. His name only not there. So, except Ollie Woodson, just like that.
So who was that? Was that David Ruffin or was that Ollie Wilson?
That was Ollie Woodson, a friend of one of the Temptations.
Okay.
David Ruffin left because he couldn't get them to rename David Ruffin and the Temptations. Martha and Angel was, so they just threw Ollie Woodson in because he was a friend to the group.
Okay, so then in the end, Ollie Wilson ended up leaving the group, the Temptations.
Ollie Woodson passed away.
Oh, he passed away while in.
It's been within the last, I think, 7, 8 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go into the next song. We're getting some great information tonight. Going down Motown memory lane.
Maybe you wanna give me kisses sweet, but only for one night with no repeat. And maybe you'll go away and never call, and a taste of honey's worse than
a lot of people know Smokey Robinson for being a great singer. I mean, I loved his voice. It was very unique. But did he do something other than just sing songs?
Did he have what?
Did he do anything else besides being a great singer?
No, he was a profound writer of songs.
Okay, so he wrote music for. He what?
He came into Motown as a songwriter.
Oh, so he didn't even come in as an artist. He came in as a writer.
Songwriter. And he and Barry Gordy would have contests to see who wrote the better songs, and of course he won. Because not only could Smokey write, he could also play a piano. And so he gave the Funk Brothers, which are called the Funk Legends now, he pitched the idea to them that from the piano, I can give you the lead line, and they could pick it up from there. So therefore, he became a songwriter for Motown before he did an artist. After he met his wife and they got together and married, he placed his wife in the group with him. I don't know who was writing for the Miracles, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, but I do know he was writing as well as performing. He was writing songs for other groups as well as for his own group, which was the Miracles. And therefore, he became a writer more so than a legendary singer. That's what I know about Smokey Robinson. And the backstory behind that song is they carried the songs around a round table of people to see if anybody would buy it. This was being recorded out there. I gave you somebody to go out and buy yourself a sandwich, and would you buy that record? Oh, I'll buy that record. So they tell that record's going to be a hit. And somebody said, oh, I second that emotion. And he put that in his song instead of I second the motion for that song. They said,
nice.
Just like what's her name? The lady that's in primary, Tina Turner. What is love for the secondhand emotion?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, about the feelings about a song. So that's why he said, I second that emotion rather than I second emotion. They were voting on songs. And that's
good to know. Shout out to the 909. I see you. All right, well, on that note, we're going to take it into another song.
Sure.
Great information coming about Motown. I love this.
People say I'm the life of the party 'cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing loud and hearty, deep inside I'm blue. So take a good look at my face. You'll see my smile looks out of place. If you look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my tears. I need you, need you. Since you left me, if you see me with another girl, seeming like I'm having fun. Although she may be cute, she's just a substitute, because you're the permanent one. So take a good look at my face. Oh, you'll see my smile. Yeah, look a little bit closer and it's easy. Oh, the tracks of my tears.
How many years would you say Motown's been around?
Oh, let me see. I first heard about Motown when I was around maybe 17, 16, 17 years old, and I am now almost 75. You do the math?
Right. Oh, wow. It's been out for a long time. So,
Yes.
then there had to be something scandalous going on with Motown. Have you heard about any scandals going on? Any hookups?
Of course. I had a friend that had relatives that was already into the Motown Detroit sound, and they lived in Detroit, and they could sing. And so I would hear all the juicy stuff from my closest friend in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as a teenager. Some of the scandal was that when they go on the road, if you looked at this movie called The Temptations, they go on the road, they were dating each other, married. I don't want to call any names, but they know who they are. They were dating each other as well as going home to their wives. They were doing drugs. That's how David Ruffin died.
Hey, they love.
Yeah. As far as I know, they didn't let too much of it slip out because that would ruin their reputation. So when they go on the road, it's like your public doesn't know that, but you go by what you heard, you know. So that's as much as I know about the scandal part. And they brought some of it out on national television when I happened to see the Motown 25. And I saw Donna Ross drop a mink to the floor, and it appeared that Smokey tried to step on it because this is going out on national television. He wanted people to know how he really felt about Donna Ross. Because some of the scandal was that she stepped over to the top. I do know she had a baby that very gorgeous. Her first child, Rhonda, I think that's the name. She brought that out on the Oprah Winfrey show that was Barry's daughter by her. So they had to have been sleeping together. And I did the math, you know. So she had to have been pregnant for her manager before she met her husband. And after meeting her first husband, they married. Then came the other children, like Tracy Ellis Ross. Then she married someone else and had a set of boys for him. I think they're twins. But she already had a baby for Barry Gordy before she ever got married. And he was already married. And that's a thing fact. That they showed it on the Oprah Winfrey show. So they put their own story out there.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to go on into the next song. Everything Motown tonight. I want to thank everybody that's on the show tonight. Thanks for joining us. And I want to thank you, Mother, for joining us tonight, talking about Motown. I don't think anybody, could have done this interview.
Back down memory lane.
Anybody other than you. Back down memory lane.
Yes. I grew up with that era of people. When the gospel was juicy, I would be listening in. It's a good song, I'm dancing to it. And another good factor about Motown is that when they had the 45 records, before they came out with the albums and the CDs and tapes or cassettes or whatever, 8 tracks, both sides of the records was a hit on both sides. So it took one hit nowadays it takes one hit to turn the entire album. It only took one hit then, but technology wasn't like it is now. They put 2 hits on one record, you got more for your money. So
nice. So there's a lot of people who don't know what 45s are. There's some people watching right now. What's the difference between a 45 and an album?
A 45 is one song on a smaller vinyl with a hole in the center where it drops down onto your turntable. An album consists of at least 7 or more songs, and it's on a wider piece of vinyl, and you play it at a 33rd and a half RPMs or a 78. The 78 records were the thick albums that you can throw them like a plate through the air and go like a flying saucer. But a 45 is very thin, and it turns at a 45 RPM speed, and most of them had a hit on both sides. But the difference is one song is on the 45, and there are at least 7, maybe 8 on the album. And now with the CDs, you have about 14 or 15 songs.
Nice. All right, G is going to take us into another song. I think we're ready for it.
I hope it's Motown.
This is everything Motown. We might have stepped away for a hot second.
But I wish I could have been in there. Hey.
I heard that Berry Gordy was really strict on a lot of his artists.
He was, because he was business. He was worse than James Brown. James Brown said, I'm a part of the music, and I'm a part of the business. He could sing and do business. This is James Brown. But Berry Gordy couldn't do anything but write and pay others to sing, because he cannot sing. He owns a company, but he cannot sing. So he had to hire singers. And one of the singers he ended up hiring was his own secretary to lead Martha and the Vandellas. Her name is Martha Reeves. They had a song coming out with whoever wanted the song. The songwriters had written it, and they was playing it around the studio. And according to Martha herself, she said, well, I can sing that. So they didn't realize they had a secretary who could also sing. So she recorded the song Dancing in the Street with Martha and the Vandellas. And it became a hit song. Just in her being a secretary in his office, she heard that song. Donna Ross started out as one of his secretaries. But she could really sing and was noted to be a singer. But Martha was simply a secretary who wanted to sing, and they couldn't find a solo artist for that song, so she just stepped up to the plate. And the rest is history. It became a hit song. Dancing in the Streets. That started people to loosen it up, having festivities on the streets, you know, the old Dancing in the Street thing. It was really nice. It was a big hit song.
So was the Motown song welcome in a Christian's home? How was it back then?
Motown was welcome anywhere they went among the teenagers and among multicultural people. No one said no to a Motown sound. It wasn't a black-white. It was, wait a minute, hold up. We haven't heard this. And before you know it, they was in it. They was into it. They was rocking to it. They was dancing to it. They came up with their own dances, the monkey time and the dances where you just got out there and whatever your moves were your moves. So they put R&B and new dances on the map. They just let their hair down and let it go and flow with it.
Nice,
Not
nice,
dancing
nice.
in the streets. That was it. It was all on history. There was no more black and white area or whatever. This is a white person's song. And I wanted that dance. It wasn't a slow song. You could separate and do your own thing with whoever dances with you, or you could dance alone.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna go into another Motown song.
Bring it on.
Let's see. Do we have anything from Motown that we can go ahead and play?
I know just about all of them. Wait. I play some of them myself, like when I'm.
Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby's where I'll be.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be making love.
under the boardwalk.
Boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sounds of a carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be making love.
under the boardwalk, boardwalk.
Down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be falling in love.
under the boardwalk, boardwalk.
Yes. Dancing in the streets.
All we need is music, sweet music.
love the oldies. I love Motown.
Yes. See how loose you felt? You could put yourself
Yes.
in that picture. Just
Yes.
do your whole thing dancing.
Yes. What were some of the dances back then?
Back then, they had the monkey, they had the twist, they had the funky chicken, they had the swing, they slow dance. That's about it. Other than you just make up your own moves. That's what she was introducing. Just make your own moves. If you heard in the song where she said, every guy around the world just grab a girl, do your own thing, whatever you felt like doing.
Right.
Anything special or rehearsed or, gee, I need to learn how to dance. Because we had some singers that could sing, but they couldn't dance, so they needed go-go dancers. Like Wilson Pickett, I saw him in person at the Civic Center in Jacksonville, Florida. And he says, well, I can sing for you, but I can't dance. So he had go-go dancers. And when you go back to shows like Soul Train, like American Bandstand, they had the Soul Train line because they are professional dancers. Because sometimes your singers cannot dance, but they can sing. So they can sell the record, but they cannot do the dance that goes with the record.
Speaking of records, I know back in that era there was a lot of music that was made by African American performers. But if you look at the record cover, the album cover, it will be a picture of a white person. Did that go on with Motown?
Motown really wasn't for the whites, it was more for the blacks. Because it was kind of like what Tyler Perry does now. He opens the stage for black people, any shape, any background, he'll give you a chance. Motown was doing that. So you didn't get a white person until years later. I would have to really Google that to find out who. Because blacks was getting the top #1 hit after hit after hit after hit. That's why they named it the Motor City. Because it was moving faster in the music industry than any other record label.
So roughly, I don't want to, you say you're about 75 and you remember Motown when you were 17. So let's go back, 53 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. When would you say they moved from Motor City to Los Angeles?
If I make a mistake, I think it's been about, between 30 35 years. I remember when it was all on the news about them moving out of Detroit. And since they've been out here in Los Angeles, Barry Gordy thought about just shutting down. But because of one of his employees who had been with him from beginning to now, it affected her badly. And so he decided to just stick with it. He had nothing to lose, but she had something to lose. And those were her memories of going with them, and now it's the end. And by his own statement, he said, I'll just leave it open for you to work. And I thought that was very generous of him. Because he doesn't need the money, but the employees do. So that was generous of him to keep Motown's doors open. So in that case, you would have to welcome whites, like other cultures, other races. Because some people now have their own studios, like the Jackson 5 have their own. These rappers have their own. So there's a little bit of competition now. Where in Motown, being the age it is, he would have a little competition getting a rapper to come in and rap. Because their background is solely R&B. So he's in a whole different category. But those were songs that was true to the heart. They didn't rap at that time. They sung true love songs when they sung. They had the girls screaming. throwing their pants on the stage, singing. You don't always find that now. Now it's a rap. And Motown is not open to rap. So we have to just go ahead and say, we did them a favor by leaving the doors open for if they want to welcome whites, Asians, or whoever can turn a record.
Okay, nice. So, you know, Detroit, the Detroit sound and LA is very, like, totally two different sounds. Do you think Motown changed in any way after leaving from Detroit?
Actually, no, I don't think Motown changed. I think the environment tried to change Motown.
Okay. Okay.
But those who were true to their culture, to their style of music, they went to PBS station because PBS gives you the backstory, and sometimes you can look at, the backstory on the music and the artist. Sometimes you can look at a PBS station late at night where they advertising all these soulful songs. These were the hits back then, you know, when songs were really true to the heart songs. And you can order them online now where they tell you just make 5 payments of so much, you get the CD that comes with the liner notes. That's Motown alive, because most of those people sung for Motown. So now you're getting it through the CD and the liner notes, and you're all ordering it from Time Life, which is very popular.
Nice. Well, I would like to thank you. That hour just flew by, but is there anything you would like to say, or is there any other song you want to listen to?
No, I would like to thank anybody who heard the true story about somebody that grew up with the Motown singers. I heard them all. Some I've seen in person, some I just bought their records, some I've met once in a while, running across somebody or something like that. But I can play every one of their songs. I don't try to prove it. But in Rock the Best, we usually step back into Motown once in a while. I've done Smokey Robinson songs for Steady Motion, and I've done Tracks in My Tears on the piano and singing. And once you put that kind of a band together where they can pick it up, like our lead guitarist is Jerry Salas, who was part of El Chicano. He can pick up anything, and that's good. And then we have another person by the name of Rick and Sia. They can pick up anything. So they play other people's songs, and we just don't let Motown just die. It lives on with other singers, you know. I think they're going to live a long time before they're completely out of the picture. It'll probably have to be 2 generations after us. I don't think they'll do away. As long as there's a PBS station and somebody from that era, and you can listen to the Guy Black on Saturday morning on KJLH that Stevie Wonder owns, and he'll take you back to the Motown sound because he knows a lot of people and is related to some of the professional singers.
Well, I want to thank you again, Mother, for being our special guest on the show. You gave us a wealth of information on Motown.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me as a guest.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you, G. I guess we're going to go ahead and conclude the show. And I want to thank everybody who popped in. I saw everybody. I want to say hello. Hope you guys had a great week and a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. Thanks for joining us tonight.
LaLa Motown.
Hey.
Baby, let's cruise away you must. And inch by inch we get closer and closer to every little part of each other. Ooh, baby, yes. Let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find you're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Cruise with me, baby. Baby, let's cruise. Let's float. Let's glide. Let's open up and go inside. And if you want it, you got it forever. I could just stay there inside you and love you, baby. Let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find you're gonna fly. Yeah, I'm glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for what cruising is made for. I love it, I love it together. I love it, I love it. Yeah, you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. Music is love.
Feel good music.
Feel it. That's right. Okay, we're listening.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public. But when it comes down to fooling you,
All right, everyone. I guess we'll end it. Good night, everyone.
Give you the wrong impression. Really, I'm sad. Oh, sadder than sad. You're gone and I'm hurting so bad. Like a clown, I pretend to be glad. Now there's some sad things known to men, but ain't too much sadder than the tears